Shanti Jagrati, how are you?
Hello everyone, Om Shanti. Welcome to the Ayurveda class. Hello Ankar. Hi
Hello, ma'am.
Asmita. I hope all of you enjoy.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Hello dear. Jagrati, you submit your assignment?
Yes. मैंने आपको मेल किया है प्राणायाम का किया है, उसका बाकी है अभी आयुर्वेदा का इम्पोर्टेंस और आनापान। तो एक्चुअली मैंने डायरी में तो लिख लिया है, लेकिन मेल इसमें टाइपिंग में ना मुझे बहुत टाइम लगता है लैपटॉप।
नहीं, फोटो खींच के क्लिक द पिक्चर एंड सेंड इट टू मी।
ठीक है।
और विन्यासा वाली मेल आईडी पे कर देना।
एक्चुअली मैंने आपके मेल आईडी में किया है, अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं उस
ठीक कोई। Let's start the session with the little prayer, keeping your back neck straight. Remove the glasses. Bring the alignment to your back, to your neck, and gently close your eyes. Bring the awareness towards your sitting posture, how you are sitting. Be comfortable within it. Now very slowly bring your awareness towards your inhalation and exhalation, how the breath going in and coming out. Now take a deep, prolonged, slow inhalation. Deep, prolonged, slow exhalation. Allow your mind to connect it with the each inhalation and exhalation. Now prepare yourself for the 3-time chanting along with Shanti. Take a deep inhalation for the Om.
Okay. They're singing something, I think.
Shanti.
Oh, that's another Shiva.
Shanti.
But I can like that one.
Shanti. Feel the vibration and sensation. Join your both palm. Rub your palm. Place on your eyes. Feel the warmness. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a great smile. Om Shanti to all. Hi, Annie. Welcome to the Ayurveda class. You can hear me properly? Okay, good. Skala. So today you are having the first class of the Ayurveda, right? Have you seen my previous video? Have you gone through my previous video? Have you seen the recorded version? So today topic we're gonna discuss about it. In previous session we discussed about it, the three dosha, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, right? We discussed about it. Environmental three dosha, that how the three dosha prevalent entire body and the outside atmosphere, right? And how it's affecting to the inside environment also, right? We discussed about it in the detail. Then we talked about the Vikrit, Avikrit, right? The health, how you will get the health from Avikrit to Vikrit or Vikrit to Avikrit. To maintain the health, it's a long term. You have to keep practicing that. I discussed about it, definition of the health. So guys who are attending my first, very first time this session, so they can go through the YouTube, HYA YouTube website, and you can watch the recorded version of the Zoom, and then it will give you the better understanding of the further session. Okay. So now today we're gonna discuss about it. Write it down. Agni, we discussed about it, right? Then Jataragni, we talked about it, that how the Tridosha is linked with the Agni, right? We completed this session. And then Sapta Dhatu, how the Agni, that when the food is absorbed, that how it's converted into the Sapta Dhatu. So Jagruti, you were asking about the one question that you didn't understand. So if you have any doubt, what you didn't understand, you can ask me. So because in order,
Yeah. आपने जो साइकिल बताई थी ना कि 5-5 दिन के गैप में वो कैसे कन्वर्जन होता है, तो
हाँ,
वो
हाँ.
सभी एज ग्रुप के लिए तो सेम नहीं रहेगी ना? सभी एज ग्रुप, सभी
हाँ.
पोस्ट
हाँ, जैसे 30 days to 45 days it will take, depend person to person, their lifestyle, their food diet, their sanitary lifestyle, they are having the moderate diet accordingly and according to their age. 30 to 45 days it will take. Okay, so minimum 30 days, maximum 45 days. So in between you will get the last sapta dhatu, that is a semen. The reproductive fluid would be created by your body, your food converted into the semen in the male, and converted into the eggs, the ovum in the female, right? That we talked about it, and it will take five days. It started from the rust plasma to the converted into the blood, then blood become the mass, your tissues, then later on, then bone marrow, and then later on it's like that, step by step. Okay, so these are the saptadhatu which made by your food, whatever food you are taking it. Clear, Jagriti?
थोड़ा क्लियर हुआ, लेकिन दोषा वाला सबका अलग अलग नहीं होगा? जैसे पित्त दोषा वाला है तो उनका सेम साइकिल रहेगा जैसे वात के लिए होता है, सेम?
हाँ, same रहे, बताया ना वो it would be can be different, like maybe in the Vat it will take more time because of their Agni is fluctuated one. Kapha is having the month Agni, so maybe it will take 30 days, more than 45 days, right? It will be go in higher level, 45 days it will take. But if somebody having Pitta, so it will take 30 days. If somebody having the Vata, it will take maybe 30 to 33 days, like that. Okay, it can be going on like that. But yes, minimum, if something imbalance gonna happen, yes, have you seen that some people, many people become important, right? Important, like they don't have the accurate amount of the semen in their body. It means their rasa, the procedure of becoming absorption of the food is somewhere is lacking it, so they get the lack of the semen in their body. Getting it? So if tridosha is gonna imbalance, it's gonna affect all this procedure. But if it is in perfectly balanced, so you would be taking 30 to 45 days, and then you're making your body parts. Getting it? But if it is imbalanced, it depends, like then everything would be going into the imbalance state, right? So maybe you would be having the reproductive organs problem disorder, something kind that, and female does not able to conceive the child, right? Some female have these kind of problems, some gonna have PCOD or some kind of these kind of problems. So somebody is having the imbalance of the blood, like they impurities of the blood, if will they get the ama in their body, so many diseases come to them. Maybe heart, cardiovascular disease, maybe they will get, or the brain stroke they will get, amnesia they will get. Many problems come to, when, if anything is gonna imbalance in their body. Tridosha is if these things gonna imbalance. But if it is balanced, perfectly balanced, so 30 to 45 days, it's gonna, no matter you have Vata personality, Pitta personality, or the Kapha personality. Because I talked about it now. If they go in imbalance, then everything gonna affected. Your Agni gonna affected, your Sapta Dhatu would be gonna affected. It imbalance. Like some people, their fat would be increased, they get the obesity. So imbalance of the Sapta Dhatu, one Dhatu is gonna imbalance. Got it? One of impotency. If one person have the lack of the semen, right? They don't have the much count of the semen in their body. So they cannot conceive the child, they cannot produce the children, right? So again, imbalance in there because of imbalance in their body. But if perfectly balanced, 30 to 45 days would be the time period. So these are the ideal, generalization idea about it. The relation of the Sapta Dhatu with the Tridosha, with the food absorption, with the Agni also. Jagriti, understood?
Yeah, clear, very clear.
Yeah.
Is it me? Yes, is it me? Did you hear?
No, Annie, I cannot hear you. You can hear me properly?
Yeah. Oh, we can type into the chat. Okay.
Come closer and then say.
Did you hear me now?
Oh.
I think. One. Yeah.
Do you have any like this mic, something like that? The earphone or something, hands-free or some mic?
I see. Now you hear me, yes?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Perfect.
Now I can hear you
So,
properly.
so, for example, if we have, is it means that like fertility problems, it depends on the pitta, on the fire in the body?
What? What you asking?
fertility of the woman, like fertility, like childbirth in the woman, it depends on the fire in the body, or it could depend on any disbalance in doshas.
I understand the concept of the three dosha, vata, pitta, and kapha. If they perfectly balance in the state, the women can conceive easily. Even if your body gonna heat up, even pitta gonna increase. Again, they have certain problem related to their body also. But most of the conceiving the child, PCOD, and related to the lower, lower abdominal part kind of problems, either it's reproductive problems or you get the any kind of menstruation problems, moon cycle related problems, mostly related to the vata. But vata go imbalance with the either kapha or the pitta. So they would be the either pitta go vata plus pitta gonna imbalance, or vata plus kapha would be gonna imbalance. So two dosha would be the so many female, those who are having lots of issues, these kind of vata play very important role. Okay, feminine issues, if there it is, it means vata gonna imbalance. Yes, no doubt. First dosha would be imbalance, that is a vat. Yeah, vat. But next another dosha we're gonna figure out with the session. When we do the session, then we figure out another second type of dosha, what dosha is imbalance, second type one, right? But first one, that's sure that vat is imbalance. Clear?
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as for this Ayurveda perspective is right. So if on general perception, like if someone is not much aware or not much keeping concentration on Ayurveda, but he's taking sattvic diet, he's doing his sadhana, meditation, yoga practices. So does this practices and sattvic diet or sattvic nature or the spiritual environment, does it automatically take care of the doshas and everything?
Yeah, good question, dear. I'll just tell you one simple thing. Even if you just practice the Anapan meditation, no, I taught you the Anapan meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you're just practicing that thing, everything in your body and the outside, everything automatically gonna balance state. You don't require much things. You don't require to follow anything. The balance come automatically to you. You automatically get into the discipline order. What you want to eat, automatically you're gonna know that, oh, this food would be good for me, this food is not good for me. It doesn't require the reading. It doesn't require that. You doesn't require even me. You doesn't require any guru, any teacher to get the understanding what is good for your body and good for your mind, just by simple practice of the Anapan meditation. And believe me, that's I can assure you, because you become your own guru, you become your own teacher, you know how the balance is, because then you become more conscious about everything. And you can understand that this law of the nature, how this law of the nature is working around you and inside you. What happened in ancient time, people did the just practice of the observation, they practice the meditation, and they come out with these kind of theory. Yeah, but people who are weak, those who doesn't know anything about it, they want the physical approach. You are approaching the mentally, right? You are starting from the mind. You don't require anything physical obstacle or something more discipline. You are good at the meditation, you can sit for the, even if you can sit for the meditation, it means you are able to practice the meditation, right? So Anapan
And
is the
also,
very best. Yeah.
Yeah, you can complete. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm just saying, I'm just about to finish this thing. So no matter, even Nadi Shodhan pranayam, you heard about it, right? Nadi Shodhan, it can give you the siddhi. If you get into the perfection, people are looking for the siddhis, right? So even if you get the mastery over the only the Nadi Shodhan practice, alternate nostril breathing, you can get the siddhi. Getting into this getting the making your body into the balance state is a very simple thing. But more you disconnected with the outside world, more you disconnected with the nature, more it's become difficult for you. Are you getting it, my point?
Yeah,
If you are little bit connected with the nature, little bit. So it means you are easy. You you already, took the first step, and now you can reach to the second or third step automatically. But people who are not into the first step, they are not aware about the surrounding. They don't know how to take. They're doing the, lots of wasting their time, eating the garbage and lots of things, drinking drugs. For them, yeah, they require these kind of teaching. You don't require if you are perfectly, your mind is a little bit calmer than the other person. You are not having the wrong, wrong notion in your head. So you can very much go into the directly into the meditation. Dhyana yoga is good for you. Getting it? That's why we have types of yoga, many types of the yoga. So whatever is suited for you, you can go for Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, or Raj Yoga, Lay Yoga, Nad Yoga. Many forms of the yoga is available. Why? Because whatever your body is, whatever you suit, oh, this gonna suit me. I cannot sit for the Dhyana Yoga directly, so I require the physical approach. Okay, let's start with the Hatha Yoga. I cannot sit for the longer period of in the asana. Okay, let's start with my Ashtanga practice, like quickly flow. I require the flow. Now that's why you are having Ashtanga Vinyasa, right? Fast flow you require. So depend person to person. Okay. Yeah.
And one more thing about the same thing that you talked about, right? Staying in nature. So, like as you said that our body is made of Panchadhatu, right? 5 elements.
Yeah.
How this like suppose someone is like constant in touch with things like walking barefoot on those sand, or constantly in touch with 5 elements, right? Taking care of that. So how does that affects these things directly? I just wanted to know the connection actually. Means I understood that spiritual anything said that connected to this thing and that they will improve, but I just wanted to know the direct connection between these things, how they affect.
Simple thing. The connection, if you want to feel it, you have to touch the water first. You need to know how to take the bath first. You know how to take the bath, dear? If you don't know how to take the
No.
bath, so it's very difficult to feel the touch. No, you don't know. Did you feel the water on your body when you take the bath? Do you feel the sand when you're walking on the, the sand on the beach
Actually,
side?
while walking on the sand or touching the trees, I give effort to feel, but I never thought of feeling anything while bathing. But now when you said, I'll try it from tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Don't make it yoga and these things very difficult for you. It's very simple there. It's very simple. Don't make it complicated. I know there's many books about which talks about very difficult word. Oh, this is that thing, this is that thing. And your mind get confused. What is that? So it's lost. You will gonna lost in these kind of things. Yoga is very simple. It's just talking about the moment you are in. You are eating the food. Just enjoy. Just relish the food. Enjoy the taste of the food. When you're drinking the water, just drink the water, dear. Just drink the water and feel the taste of the water. Water having the taste. Have you felt it? No, because you are unconsciously, you are not drinking the water consciously. Whenever you're taking the bath, take the bath properly. That's automatically, you don't require daily, you have to do the one in so much hard work to practice the yoga. Yoga is this, that. No, just be in the moment. Whatever action you are doing it, just be in it. Just be in it. Even in the Gita, Lord Krishna talked about it. Karmashu Kaushlam. Yoga is nothing. Karmashu Kaushlam. Karmashu Kaushlam is like perfection in the action. Whatever perfect action you are performing, get into the perfection state. Make it perfect. You talked about it, how this 5 element is, you're gonna feel about it. You cannot feel about it until unless you don't pay attention towards it, towards daily activity, whatever activity you are doing it, if you don't pay the things around you, things in front of you, but you cannot see. Why? Because you're unconsciously doing it. There's so many beauty around you, so many things around you. Even you don't require Ayurveda. You don't require. If you just pay attention towards your body and towards your surrounding, this whole Ayurveda inside you, right? I'm just poking you. I'm here. I'm just reminding you. You just forget these things. You're connected, but you forget about it, that your body is connected with this nature. But right now I'm doing what thing? I'm poking at you. You know these things subconsciously, unconsciously. You know everything about it. So I'm poking you. I'm setting the alarm to you. Okay, now you forget about it. This is the time to correct it. Getting it? So
Yeah.
you already connected, but because of there's so many pre-exist notion, your mind is confused about it. So what gonna happen through the practice of anapan, through the practice of meditation, the layer gonna clean up these pre-exist notion, which is very rigid. Your mind is bind with it. You cannot feel it. You cannot feel, even if I tell you, okay, do this thing, you're gonna feel it. No, dear, you cannot feel it. The feeling come from the heart, right? From inside you. There's no trick to feel about it. And the very simple thing, if you want to, this is my personal experience. If I just correct my day-to-day routine, whole things would be corrected, isn't it? If I know how to take bath, if I know how to eat the food, if I know how to sit properly, I'm the yogi. Yogi doesn't pay so many things. To become a yogi, you don't have to do, okay, split asana, hand on the feet, stand on your hands, do the inversion posture. Have you seen any great yogi? They are practicing these asanas? Not at all. They're just sitting and doing nothing. They doesn't do anything. Doing nothing is the biggest thing. To observing, you have to cut out from everything and just sit. So I think, Ankar, you have to observe. If you really want to connect yourself with the 5 elements, start with the water. First, correct how to take the bath and enjoy the water, drinking water, how to drink it. I'll talk about it in latest coming session, more about the 5 elements, right? Don't worry about it. But if you talked about the feeling, this is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because feelings come from your heart, dear. There is no quick trick. There's no shortcut. First, you have to clean your mind about it. You have to see, you have to remove the glasses and see with your naked eyes and see around you here and there. And sit, for observing it, you have to sit still. Whenever you sit still, you can observe betterly. If you're moving your body, you cannot observe the surrounding, can you? When your body is moving, can you observe your surrounding? How the tree leaves, what color of the leaves, how the wind is blowing around you? Cannot observe. How you connect with the air element when you're moving your body? You cannot. To feel the air, you have to sit, isn't it?
Mm.
To
Yeah.
feel the water, your mind should be empty that time. Then you're gonna feel the water touch. Water would be so soothing, cooling effect, and then you feel the connection with it. Yes. So sit and do the meditation, Dhanapan, and it will connect you with the 5 elements. This is the best thing I taught you, dear. As I keep saying, Anapan technique is the best thing. It's very simple thing, and don't make anything complicated around you. Yoga is very simple. You just need to correct few things in your life: how to sit, how to eat, how to drink, and how to sleep, how to stand, how to walk. That's it. You become yogi, nothing else. You don't require so many teaching, so many learning, so many books you have to go through. Nothing. You don't require. Those are for the fighting, getting into the argument. If you love argument, you don't want to be a yogi, and you love argument, showing yourself intellect level, oh, I'm so intelligent, then you require reading the books. To become a yogi, you don't require these things. Believe me, you don't require it. You just require the practice. That's it. Am I clear, Anka?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, dear. So let's start with the today topic. Today topic, we're gonna cover about the, so we did the Tridosha and Agni, types of Agni we discussed it, and Saptadhatu we covered it. Now write it down, the Trimala. 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 So Trimala, Trimala, Trimala. These Trimala is what? Three types of waste. Three types of waste. Though you have many types of waste in your body. three types of waste. Waste means the waste which is coming out from your body, right? So Trimala, three types of waste. Basically in your body, there's lots of types of the waste coming out from your body. Waste from your ear, waste from your nose, right? Waste from your eyes is coming out. Waste from your navel, your anal area, right? Rectum area, waste from that, and reproductive area. From there, waste is coming out, right? But these are three major types of the waste, which in order to understand the how the um, the human beings, like if three dosha is imbalanced, how these three mala gonna affect it. So three types of major important mal, which we call mal or malas. So these are the first, stool, your poo, right? Stool. Then your pee, urine. Stool, urine, your pee, and then sweat. Pasina, right? जिसको हम पसीना बोलते, sweating. So these three mala is play very important role in order to diagnose the patient. So what happened if, especially in the kapha, when Vat is dominant in the personality, when Vat is going imbalance, so their stool would be hard. It become hardened. It's like constipation, jo bahut solid. There's lack of the water in the stool. It's become very hard, right? In Pitta, it's little bit withering, like little bit not give you proper stool, perfect stool, but it's with a little bit. It's like making the noise with it. Whenever some people go for poo, they make the noise, right? That's because of Pitta. When Pitta is dominant, so their stool would be different kind of stool they will be having. They feel the little bit fire, like they feel little bit burning sensation, and their stool would be little bit loose stool, loose one, little bit loose stool coming out. So their poo would be loose one, loose, LOOSE, loose stool.
Yes, but you said vata causes constipation, or vata imbalance causes constipation.
No,
And then
Vat if Vat is gonna imbalance, their stool would be hard, become hardened enough. When
What
Pitta gonna imbalance, then their stool would be loose one, little water come out with the stool, right? When Kapha would be gonna imbalance, then the stool would be perfect, smooth, perfect stool coming out. And the color of the stool also change. Is depend person what kind of disease they are having it, but perfect color of the stool is little bit yellowish. And I think today homework I gonna give you these homework. Check your stool and urine, okay? Whenever you go for poo and pee, check your urine and stool. I know it's little bit yucky, but inside you, everything is yucky, you know. Nothing is beautiful coming out from your body. Everything is yucky inside your body. So I'll talk about later on about this task. But kapha, pitta, and the vat, they have the different kind of stools. So whenever you go to the, you know, your doctor, the Ayurvedic doctor or yoga therapist, they're gonna ask about it. And there's a, you know, one place, Tibetan medicine. Have you heard about it? There's a many doctor, the natural, you know, those who are treating the patient in through the natural way. They check your urine first, and by just checking the urine, they evaluate the problem, they diagnose the problem, what kind of problem they are having. So many center in India, you know, they are working in that manner. They check the stool and they check the urine, and then they diagnose the patient without, you know, going for the other kind of expensive uh, di- um, um, what we call examination, you know. They just by just checking your stool and urine. And even in the ancient time, bath, if you heard about the bath, this is a Hindi term, bath. The Indian doctor, we used to have very less doctor. Indian doctor, they don't have the degree kind of thing, but generation to generation they learn how to treat the patient just by touching your nerve, you know, just by touching your pulse. They diagnose the everything, what kind of problem you are having. So this is the beauty of the Ayurveda. This is the beauty of the, you know, yoga therapist, that yoga therapy doesn't know this kind of things. But in Asian time, the Asian doctor, the Indian doctor, just by checking, even just by looking at you, they diagnose everything. It depends how generation to generation they are, you know, passing those information. But now somewhere it's lost because of the medical today science, and they divide it into the body parts, nothing else. Liver for heart, you require another doctor. For kidney, you require another doctor. For your reproductive organ, another doctor. For brain, another doctor. And there is no connection at all. So this is the, you know, unfortunately. But the Mallas, through the Asian time until now, the many doctors, they are, you know, going, they asking you about it, how, what kind of poo you are having it, and what kind of urine you are having it, and through that they diagnose. So poo and your pee and then sweat. Sweating again another play very important role. The pitta people, they sweat a lot because of the heat, they feel more heat about it, so they sweat a lot. So, and vata people, they don't sweat much, okay, they don't have much sweating. Kapha people, this doesn't sweat at all, okay. So according to that, they, you can diagnose little bit, okay, the pitta is increased or vata is increased or kapha is increased. But there's further more details about it, but you don't require to get into it. We have the, you know, division of even sweating, how they smell. Even females, during the month, the smell of the sweating is keep on changing, right? If you observe your smell, right? For that, you have to consciously aware about your body changes and how the smell of the body keep on changing. Right now, you're using the scent deo and you suppress those smell. These are the dangerous things are putting on your body. These are the high in chemicals. So don't use these things, deodorant, and you won't get girls, okay? Especially the guys, you know, those who using the deo everywhere in order to get the good smell and get the girls. No, it's, you won't get the girls by using the deo. You have to respect your, you know, smell, because smell's gonna tell you what kind of problem you are having, what kind of food you are eating. If you're eating anything, any non-veg, you can see it the next day, your smell gonna change, the sweat smell gonna change completely. If you eat garlic or onion, your mouth smell gonna change, your body odor gonna change, if you pay attention towards it. So very much important, observe your smell, your odor. And also smelling in your poo and pee, again gonna tell you that you are having certain kind of problem. But what kind of problem, it's related to, it's basically related to the doctor or the therapist gonna tell you about it, okay. So poo, pee, and your sweat gonna affected once your tridosha, your agni. So how tridosha imbalance? So your agni gonna imbalance, then your malas gonna imbalance. Your malas gonna completely affected. Are you getting it? So tridosha imbalance, your kitchen.
You struggle not eating.
Just a minute. Somebody's
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
who is not in silent mode.
Find them, sign them, and shame them.
Okay, mute. Okay, now I'm clear, right? Disturbance is coming from. So understand. So very much important that all these three mala, by checking these three mala, you're gonna observe, okay, something is going in my body, right? Something is going into my body. And then you can seek the help of the yoga therapist and you can seek the help of the doctor, okay, just by observing it. So again, this is the task for you. You have to check your poo and pee and your smell daily. Observe it and write it down. Do you feel any change around it? And this is a kind of conscious level towards your body. Consciously, you are aware about your body. So this is a task for you guys. Write it down. So from now onward, you're gonna check your poo, pee, and your smell daily. Check and feel the difference. There's any changes in your smell, in your poo, in your pee, or not. If constantly is same and it's not affected by the food or some kind of problem, then you require to take the help of the Ayurvedic doctor or the yoga therapist. Okay, am I clear to you?
Yes.
Now, second, ama, A-M-A, ama. This is another topic, ama, the toxin in the body. Ama, understand, ama is basically toxin of the body. Ama is toxin of the body, and how, as I talked about it, once your Agni is imbalanced, Agni, it means food is remain in your body. And understand, when food is stuck in your belly, the stomach belly or your small intestine belly, it start rotting there because food is not absorbed properly because of weakened Agni. Weakened Agni, your Jatar Agni, your digestive fire is weak. So food is not properly absorbed in your body. So what happened? The particles of the food remain in your body, and then later on they start rotting. They start, converting into the toxin, and these toxin mix with the blood. Once they mix with the blood, it gonna reach to everywhere of the body. If they reach to your mind, it will create the clotting. So you get the brain hemorrhage, shock, certain kind of problem. If those go into your heart related, so you get the cardiovascular disease. If those go into your synovial joints, the joints, the mobile joints, it means you get the arthritis, osteoporosis, these kind of problem. So toxin, if your body start accumulating the toxin of any area of the body, you will get the problems around it. Okay, you will get major problem, major problem related to that. So toxin is why your body start having the toxin, because of the three dosha imbalance. Your Agni is imbalanced, your mala gonna affected, mala is not properly coming out, you get the constipation, right? Vata people get the constipation properly, the waste is not coming out. So what gonna happen there? Your mind is fully disturbed, your physical body is fully disturbed, right? So in this situation, the toxin would be start accumulating in your body because your waste system is not working, your assimilation, the absorption system is not working. So you get more ama in your body, and then you will catch any kind of disease. It depends, arthritis or cardiovascular issue, liver dysfunctional, or the kidney related problems, or maybe you get the kidney stone, bladder problems, any kind of problem you will get if your body start developing the ama. Clear? This much is clear how everything is connected. It's work like from top to the bottom, everything is so perfectly linked. Okay, you cannot just talk about it, oh, I just get the obesity, my fat is just increased. If your body increase, you get the obesity, it means you get the major problem of your joints. Increasing the pressure on your synovial joints, so there is a high chance of the arthritis. Then there is a blockage of the artery because the bloods would be gonna be thickened in your body. You would be having the high blood pressure, high or maybe sugar level go high in your body, many problems just by simple thing is increase in your body. Sapta dhatu is gonna imbalance. Your mass, your muscles tissue, your fat would be increased in your body, and then you get the other kind of problems also. Am I clear? So one thing is disturbed, rest of the things automatically gonna disturb. You cannot imagine, oh, I just get the diarrhea. Have you imagined yourself anytime? I think we all are having the diarrhea once in a while, right? Yes or no? Anytime if you get the diarrhea, your mind is peaceful. Have you checked your mind? You enjoying your diarrhea? Anybody who claim that I enjoy my diarrhea? No. Your mind cannot remain peaceful because mind is connected to the body, body connected to the mind. If you get constipation one day, yes, we all go through this problem. Constipated one day, mind is stuck there. You forget about all the problems. Your mind is too there that how you can go for poo. That's it. Simple thing. Your mind is completely constipated. You cannot think about the politics, the spirituality, or yoga, or you want to attain the moksha, or you want to get the fitness. No, you just need to going for poo. Simple thing. I need to poo. That's it. And mind is relaxed. So simple thing to relax your mind. Simple thing. So you poo and pee. Only simple imbalance. How your mind is completely disturbed. Even simple thing of your body stop working. You are unable to do the poo, or you are start holding, or you're frequently going for the pee, or you don't go for pee. Your mind is completely disturbed. So even simple imbalance happening in your body, you cannot think about it, oh, rest of the things would be okay. No, everything is gonna imbalance. Am I clear? So Ayurveda talks about this holistic approach. One thing go imbalance, rest of the thing automatically gonna imbalance. One thing is balance. So it is easy, no? If one thing is balance, everything gonna be balanced. Am I clear? So if my three dosha is imbalanced, everything is imbalanced. If my three dosha, if I work on the balancing my three dosha, so rest of the things automatically gonna correct it, isn't it? So it's very simple to understand this concept of the Ayurveda. So we're gonna talk about it, how, what is the solution to bring into these three dosha balance. The simple technique is just practice the anapan, everything gonna perfectly imbalance. Okay, simple thing. Or there is a 77,000 rules and regulation written by the Swami Vagbharji. I gonna general rules we gonna implement in this through this class, um, through the practice of the Ayurveda. Okay, so we're gonna in the coming session we're gonna talk about it. But this much is clear. Ama, three malas are clear to you. Any doubt, Leha? And how everything is linked. Okay, no doubt. So tomorrow class, we're gonna talk about it, the Sapta personality. Okay, we start with so we did the three dosha, Agni, then Sapta Dhatu, and then we talked about it, Sapta Dhatu, we talked about it, Trimala, and then Ama, right? These we covered it, these topic we covered it. So tomorrow we start with the 7 types of the personality, and then afterward, when we cover this, we start with the solution. Okay, then we start the Triguna and the Mitahar. The solution part will come. Okay, understand? So homework for you guys. As I gonna remind you, you're gonna observe and make the note accordingly. You're gonna observe. If you feel like you cannot observe your pee and your poo, you feel so much yucky about it, so start observing your smell. Daily record your, at least your smell is changing or not. Just observe at least for 1 week. Okay, and make the note accordingly. What kind of smell you are feeling, it's changing or it's constant. Okay, so you're gonna check by yourself. Yes, Anne? Yeah.
I need to unmute. Yeah. I had yesterday a question from my friend. She asked me like that last days, like maybe a few weeks, she has a special sweet taste around her sometimes. What it means, it's like it means that she has increased kapha, or
Sweet people, yes, they love, kapha people love sweets. That's okay, fine. It's keep on changing. Sometimes you feel different kind of taste bud. Sometimes you require tasty, salty taste according to the environment also, according to your body needs also. If there's some minerals and nourishment is lack in your body, so you require some kind of taste. Okay, so sweet tooth is okay for it. Don't worry, she can have the sweet, but make sure she is not having another kind of problem. So
What
if she's
kind of
having it,
what kind of problem? Because she's afraid of it, like because she felt it very strong. She never felt it like this.
don't separate, never ever suppress any urges of that even taste or any other things. Oh yes, urges, yes. Tomorrow also I include the urges. Okay, so tomorrow you're gonna have this session where I gonna talk about it. You never ever gonna suppress these urges. Okay, tomorrow I gonna talk about it, so don't worry. Tomorrow we're gonna cover this session. Thank you. So let's start with the ending our session with the one time Om and Shanti Shanti. Keep your back neck straight. Keep your back neck straight, align, and gently close your eyes. Now take a deep, prolonged breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for the Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibration sensation. Join your both palms. Rub your palms. Place on your eyes. Feel the warmness. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes and say Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Mangal Ho. Bless you guys. And have a good day ahead. Bless you. Be happy.
Thank you.